You put real work into your videos. You study, you script, you edit, and then YouTube cuts your paycheck in half for no reason it'll actually explain. One month you're making real money, the next month you're getting generic emails from what might as well be a bot. Stick with me for the next few minutes because what's actually driving this is not what most creators assume. So let's actually get into it, because the income swings you're experiencing aren't random, even if they feel that way. There are real structural reasons this keeps happening. And once you see them, the whole thing starts to make a lot more sense. The first reason is one most creators do know about, but they underestimate how severe it actually is. Your income from YouTube isn't really coming from YouTube, it's coming from advertisers. And advertisers operate on cycles. They spend heavily toward the end of the year, around the holidays, when budgets are getting used up. Then January hits, budgets reset, and they pull back hard. If you noticed your earnings dropping significantly in the first few months of the year, even though your views stayed the same, that's probably what you were feeling. It's not you, it's not your content. It's the advertising market doing what it always does, and you just happen to be standing in the way of it. But the second reason is the one that's harder to swallow because it's less predictable. YouTube's algorithm doesn't just control who sees your videos, it also controls how ads get served on them, and those two things can move completely independently of each other. Creators have reported their RPM, that's the rate they earn per 1,000 views, dropping by 70, 80, even 90% overnight, with no change in their actual viewership. One day the numbers are healthy, the next day they've collapsed. And when those creators contacted support, they got back responses so vague, so scripted, that it genuinely felt like nobody on the other end actually understood what had happened. That's not a small frustration. That's someone's livelihood being disrupted with no real explanation offered. And then there's the third reason, which is the one almost nobody in the mainstream conversation talks about. Research is increasingly showing that the middle of the creator economy is quietly hollowing out. The very top, huge channels with millions of subscribers, they're doing fine. And hobby creators who never depended on the money anyway, they're fine too. But the creators in the middle, the ones who are serious, who've built real audiences, who treat this like the job it is, they're the ones getting squeezed the hardest. The system, whether by design or just by the math of how ad revenue concentrates, seems to reward the extremes and leave everyone in between scrambling. And that's exactly where a lot of you watching this are sitting right now. Here's the thing though, even if you understood every single one of those reasons and optimized perfectly around all of them, the underlying problem doesn't go away. You're still building your income on someone else's infrastructure, and they can change the rules on you anytime they want, for any reason they want, with no obligation to tell you why. But here's what's interesting, and genuinely almost nobody in the creator space is talking about this yet. There's a model emerging where creators are getting paid directly for the quality of what they actually made, not for how well they gamed a recommendation engine, not for posting at the right time, not for chasing trends. The people it rewards aren't the biggest channels, they're the ones doing the most careful, considered work, and there's no middleman deciding whether today's a good day to pay them. I put together a whole separate video walking through exactly how that works. It's worth 2 more minutes of your time. Go ahead and click the card on screen right now, and I'll see you there.